these two teams in that regard.
Well, Reynolds pushes into the box. Here comes Arsenal to an open net. Nobody's home. That's going to be goal number 1.
Can see Taroko as he comes into the goal line here. He's the rotation back. He's the third man, and look at Reynolds continue the play. Just pump him up onto the back wall there. Take it all away, and as you said, Corelli.
Well, here's Reynolds. Oh, and more pressure on the back line. Taroko gets up here. Now Sipical's going to have to reach for this. As it looks for the double tap. Actually fakes him out. Turns puts a slow one. The change up will tie the game.
It was a little bit slow for Turo, but he finally got it in, and that was a great challenge from Taroko. Doesn't even care what SSG wants to do in the midfield. He'll just throw his body at it. Turo there to clean.
And I'm glad you both have a differing opinion on it, because I like to feel like I generally have a pretty good read on that, and I don't know if he was going for the block or if he missed it, as Arsenal's going to turn in the second goal here. Spacestation Gaming able to rally back quickly.
Ooh, Arsenal, he's hyped. Look at the man shaking his head. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, says Arsenal. He knows what's going on at Spacestation heating up here. That's great.
That might do it.
There's Arsenal to the outside. Now they'll kill the clock, and actually Arsenal keeps it alive for a second. See if they get punished for this. And they'll push it back into the box. First killer tries and runs in there and throw. What a way to end things there. Spacestation take game number 1.
I think that was a pretty good game from Spacestation. I think really, aside from the big challenge there from Taroko, they didn't feel a lot of pressure from Rogue. And Rogue, certainly, you know, I talked about the speed, the pace of the game being very important.
Sipical will respond. First killer was trying to bump Sipical off of it and open the midfield line for his team to advance, and they will make it across and shoot from the corner. Taroko with the accuracy gets the first point of the game.
This is kind of a product of nobody in the midfield really being in a good position, because it just nobody has a lot of boost, so they're all kind of thinking about, I want to rotate back and grab that, focus on that corner boost. I'm just going to try and put a shot in.
And both players there in the corner, like you pointed out from Spacestation, is exactly what Rogue wants. Here comes Sipical, the flick past everybody, and Spacestation respond.
Man, watch him zone. Who is it? Arsenal here just goes downfield, finds Turner. Like, nah, buddy, see you later. That one's a free goal. Tie game.
That was a tricky play downfield. Rogue, I think we're thrown off. We were thrown off. We didn't know we had it. Look, the passing play. Arsenal puts it away, and Spacestation on top.
Blindsided. They get so caught up here playing the corner defense. Taroko completely loses track of Arsenal. I mean, he's thinking he rotated out, stole the
first killer. Will add pace to the ball, push it back to midfield. 2:45 approaching halftime of game 2, and Spacestation hold on to a 1-goal lead. Get it double taps it off the post for a tie game.
The roller coaster of emotion for this goal from Turo. It's like, oh, he missed it. Wait, he's got it again. What a shot from Turo. Rogue, if you're not able to put the challenges together, I mean, you just have to give yourself the space to make a different read, and a nice little pinch from their own half. This is going to be a goal-scoring opportunity. First killer going to rip it off the wall straight in. They catch Sipical, I think, trying to catch the rebound. And he's kind of just floating into net afterwards.
And it was just out of reach for Sipical. That one just bouncing past him, and first killer can get downfield.
Making it catastrophic, could not recover in any way. Now Taroko with first killer, putting on more pressure, looking for a go-ahead, a security blanket here. 4-2 is Rogue, starting to take control of game 2.
They certainly are, and it is that speed that you're seeing now, just taking the ball away. Sipical couldn't get to it, didn't even challenge Taroko. Great work. He's playing phenomenal Rocket League here for.
Man, the pressure from Spacestation not giving up on this game in the final moments. Taroko gets an important touch, but it drops dangerous again. Arsenal,
he's everywhere.
Sipical open, now it's in.
Wow.
1-goal game.
Arsenal was an absolute wizard this entire sequence. Sure, his initial dribble doesn't get scored, but look at him still continue to battle after rotating through the corner, make another key block to stick it on the goal line, let his teammate come through and give him a chance. What a sequence from Arsenal.
That man was everywhere. He was working some magic through the midfield. And now off the kickoff, given up by Spacestation. Rogue will get up by 2 again.
Oh, this is frustrating. Typical. He's on the cheat up. And I mean, of course he's going for the cheat up there as well. I mean, there's able to burn time off this clock. Arsenal's touch won't be good enough either. As the final seconds expire here, Rogue bounced back in game 2, tying up our first series 1-1.
Yeah, it's a much better game.
If he hit the window, there was no blocking it. Just barely goes wide. We'll stay scoreless here in the first minute and a half. First killer winning 1 challenge, but he goes to Reynolds in the mid, and he'll look to pass it up to Sipical, and it goes off Tyrone into the goal. What a play.
That's the passing play that you want to see out of Spacestation Gaming. Look at the challenge from Sipical. Opens up the gap, sees it immediately. The pass from Reynolds is Spacestation. If we just go back 30 seconds or so from that clear from Spacestation, it was first killer and Reynolds downfield. And First Killer had to play both the ball and the player, but Typical, he'll just put it away himself. Spacestation up by 2, doubling up.
Same problem here for First Killer, rotating into net, trying to play both the ball and the player, but the problem is...
Away by Taroko. Spacestation still hunting here. Typical drops it down and turned away again, and here comes Rogue.
Oh, Rogue gonna try turn throw. Oh, he beat him on the backboard, and they're finally on the scoreboard.
I think he missed it. Arsenal's headed back, and he took it up the wall. He wanted a nice, clean angle, and just off.
Taroko, see if he can find some space. A little back and forth, though. Here in the final 20 seconds, Rogue not really finding a momentum. Here comes First Killer, though. The pass is going to get into the corner. Turo to tie it up with 17 seconds left.
We might finally have an overtime here. First Killer out to Turo. What a play. Oh, and breaks him over to the side. You saw Reynolds trying to
immediately get back, and Space Station now taking advantage of that. Rogue, they play around with it a few touches in the midfield, and Space Station not having any of it. Reynolds, he can't get around. We're looking for one more. Here comes Typical right side, and Space Station take the lead.
Turo. He again gets caught rotating in here with only 12, so he thinks his best play is to actually head up the back of the net, and to be honest, it probably is. You'd like to keep up a little bit of speed, but I mean, Rogue just kind of collapsed right there at the end of that game. It's just floating in front of the net, and nobody...
Rogue is a team that thrives on chaos. Space Station is a team that we've heard from other players plays a very consistent, quote-unquote, boring style of Rocket League. But yeah, the air dribble, bump, score, Reynolds puts another one in.
Zero things boring about this. It's a nice dribble and the classic 1v1 play, and he was still First Killer.
Collapse on the ball. It's weak, and yeah, Space Station can get back to it. So that was a great choice by Reynolds and a great execution of it. Now here comes Typical. He'll just take the shot, and it's 2-0 just like that.
We're piling on here. Typical passing to himself with just no pressure. Turnturo so late to that ball, and it was just the chaos created from
giving himself a look at the double touch to break out of their own half. And Taroko trying to chop that straight sideways for First Killer. Can he make it? No, so close.
That might have been the best option, too, for First Killer. I don't know if he could have got back to it. Maybe he might have.
No, had the demo.
Yeah.
He was coming straight through the line.
Yeah. If he drives straight to the second one.
Especially after this game. I was just going to say, especially after this game. I mean, this is Space Station's best game. Even without any massive highlight plays, it still feels like Space Station played exactly the way Space Station wants to play. They made Rogue uncomfortable. Rogue did not have opportunities like they normally do, especially catching that one. And I think Space Station... they were bending quite a bit in that game, and not necessarily in a bad way, because I think a lot of times we use that term in a bad way. My goodness, what is that from Reynolds? Coming out on the dribble right off the bat, just take it up himself.
What is that? Boost, let's just create This isn't a good situation. Let's make a better, successful spot for ourselves, and it's worked out for them so far in the series.
Oh, what?
Oh, what?
How did Typical not pull this off? I mean, it looked pretty good. There was definitely a bump on the goal line. He goes up the wall. He doesn't really lay in cleanly, and I don't know. I think Typical jumping up.
Front wheels kind of hung off for a second, and then he went after it. So kind of strange there. But here comes Space Station again. That's a good drop down. Arsenal can't get to it. He drops on top of it instead, and Space Station take the lead.
The Galaxy brain. Look at this pass, and then Arsenal's like, nope, see you later. Bounce it off the ground.
Jeez. Oh, I was about to say that's actually the right move from First Killer. Does he save it? Yes, he does. Pass it one more time, and he gets the second one. Oh my gosh, a third touch from Taroko. Oh, Arsenal, that was just brilliant, but not enough. Unlucky.
Wow. Gotta love the pressure. Put in so much on him. That's like 3 shots. Reynolds was jumping for a block.
Even with Space Station, if they do smash it, there's usually a man downfield to catch it. And here comes Typical. Could he go all the way? Reynolds is there, shot on target, and that'll do it. Space Station, 4 minutes and 19 seconds. And they finally take down Rogue here in the first game.
That pressure.
They could have stretched the overtime. Just go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say a joke, but they could have stretched the overtime one more second. It's all right. Space Station.
A back pass from Space Station actually plays so interesting, right? Because it looks like a defensive touch, and it is. Reynolds is going to score here. And that all goes back to, you know, Rogue trying to chase down that back pass, right? But if you think about it, that back pass just plays like Rogue just you step too far forward, and then just like that, one solid clear comes through, and then you get the pressure put on you on the goal line again, and this is going to be 2-0.
Oh, man. Disaster for Rogue. And this is what we were talking about, right? We can't, if you're Rogue, you can't let Space Station get the lead so early, but then also build on that lead so quickly. And they've done this in multiple games. They get that first goal.
Backs off that one. Reynolds calls him off here. Full take the boost, hoping to get some players. The bike gets 2 of them. Turtle all he can do is block it. And here's Arsenal. The pass out. Can they hit him on this direction? Of course. It's a goal. 3-0
I love that we were both thinking it.
You see, like as soon as Turo gets bumped, you already know. It's just like, oh, here comes the pass across the dude, and the net's going to get cooked. Like, we can move on.
So strong from Space Station, particularly here in these last 2 games. It doesn't seem like Rogue can really get through without Space Station being in front, but maybe Turoko can change things. Turo puts it away with 50 seconds left. Rogue have the chance.
I mean, sigh of relief here, but what does it mean, right? Like, I mean,
MOC is pulling Space Station around, but it's just not enough.
It's
time ticking down. It's a goal, but it's just there's just no time left. So much work there from First Killer, but Space Station hold on to run out the clock. And Rogue, I think, a bit frustrated here in that game.
You should be. I mean, honestly, this is a 1-goal game technically, but let's not mix words. You got clapped. You were down 0-3 in 50 seconds, man. Like, you're done.
It was a 2.
Can he get through? Good work from First Killer to deny that.
That's a great lead.
Oh, that's a goal.
Could be it. That's a wide open net for First Killer to tap it in. And Rogue finally starting off on the right foot here.
This pass is an absolute dime from Turo. It's not a very big seam, or at least it doesn't seem like one, but
cooking here. Space Station feeling that pressure, and maybe a little bit more here in this game. Here comes First Killer again, looking for a second touch. First Killer all the way. Highlight play for him, and Rogue double up.
Gotta love the confidence here. First Killer up, and he hits it and does immediately turns on the boost to get back to that. Oh, the marginal play. They looking for another one. He had a flight, but got tangled up with a teammate in midfield.
Okay, it's a goal anyway. Who cares? It's a goal anyway. Who cares? How did this even happen? I mean, Sipical's right there. Okay, he's trying to lift that back towards Rogue's half. That's Sipical's plan. It's get that, you know, backwards.
One that gets won by the losing team will be game 3. So it's I don't know. It's as good as this is, as they're going to put in the 4th one here. This is the important first step. Game 4 is going to be the real question for me.
So what do you guys want to talk about for 2 minutes? You know, I'm actually curious post-game. I want to
dodge the demolitions. Maybe that's the key.
I was wondering, is it really just as simple as don't get hit? Is that really it?
Another one? Wow.
Gosh, they're just going to blow him up here. This one's just going to get out of hand. It's a go next situation. I'm not really sure what happened here. I think for Rogue, they burst out of the gates stronger than they did in previous games. The Space Station
statement, though, right?
Like, I mean, look, it's good. It's working for Rogue.
Oh, it's 6.
Well, I get 6.
Look at them all. They're all there. There's nobody from Space Station back.
The flying V.
It really was. Everyone rotating out from Space Station. I think they're just kind of forcing the issue now for Space Station. See if they can get one. It really doesn't matter. 6-0 with a minute 17 is simple for him. But when he's unleashed like this, all of a sudden Rogue come alive. And man, they look strong and blowing out Space Station here in this game.
I mean, when we get into the scoreboard here, just take a look at the score discrepancy. Yes, it's not. First Killer has over 1,000 points. That's notable in and of itself. What's also notable is how little points everybody else has. First Killer said, I'm frustrated at losing games. I'm going to control the pitch from beginning to end and take that win for Rogue.
That's why First Killer's number clears. What?
Interesting time to have a big change. Oh, there's a touch. First Killer's there for it. And Reynolds tries to get back in time, but no, First Killer's touch is still good.
They look like Rogue on offense, Chiefs, and Sirocco puts one hard on target. That was a great work by Sipical. He almost got back to it. And Reynolds all
Rogue fighting to retain possession here at the midline. I think they're going to have to give a little ground. Reynolds redirect chance, and yep, that's going to get First Killer. I think he had no boost, or I'm wondering why he ran up the back of the net here. He has 100. What's he doing?
Yeah, that's again, that Space Station moving downfield and putting a good shot on target. And maybe,
pulls in uninterrupted, no matter what statistics and likelihoods say. Letting in an 8th one would start to become a problem, and here will be an 8th goal, but the breakup there definitely going to change up the momentum a bit as Taroko finds the howitzer here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they just catch Arsenal right there. Arsenal's not doing anything wrong, to be honest. It's just his... There was no delay out in the middle.
Are about to drop it entirely. We're going to go to a decisive game 5. Reynolds trying to get out to Arsenal. Keeps it alive. Sipical's there.
Two.
Reynolds on the outside too. They've got positioning for it, but no, not able to keep it off the ground. Rogue come back alive and force game 5.
Battling. Well played to Rogue here. Both teams actually took a very calm, cool, collected approach, I would say. First killer. I mean, you're tracking the ball over your shoulder. You know it's going to bounce off the backboard. You need to have that perfect trajectory. He's going to smash one towards the goal, back the other way, and oh man, he's lighting Space Station up.
Jason doesn't want to lose. What a shot. They're coming off the sidewall as well, and 2 players.
Maybe 1.
Reynolds was going to get that flip reset. Here comes Sipical just dancing over the defenders. It's wide open, and Reynolds can put it away. Easy shot for him, and Space Station tie it up.
Sipical stalls long enough to get the miscommunication out of the team. Turn Turo and First Killer both go for it.
Yeah.
This Turn Turo tries to buy time in the midfield. Oh, a demolition on a truck on the back line. The First Killer, what a pre-jump, and then the block. Arsenal trying to get the pass to Reynolds. He won't do it. Reynolds puts it in. Space Station advance.
Look at the pop-off from the young man. Reynolds jumping up in his chair. Huge win here for Space Station Gaming. What a rocket from Reynolds to put this one away. 34 seconds of overtime, and Space Station Gaming take the set.
And that's the reason it goes in, too. I mean, Reynolds is staring down the barrel of 2 defenders. They know a shot's coming, but